I'm sure.
Hi, bestie.
You're stuck with us now.
Yay.
Yeah, she came to your group one time. I don't know
Oh,
if you remember.
Yeah.
But
I just work so often at this date and this time very often, so I miss your meetings.
oh. All right. I think. Okay. We are good. We are live. Come on in, everybody. I don't know where Kevin. Where's everybody at? Come on. I hope everybody's seen the post. Or no, I guess I left the post up that I had no power. So everybody maybe.
No, I tried to get on there and tell everybody.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, we're good to go for tonight.
It's been one of those days where we had no power all afternoon. There was a huge boom, and it sounded like a bomb went off and everything. Everything. Like
Big old transformer popped.
all of our monitors went out, the lights go off, the house becomes that eerie quiet, and you're like, oh. It came on like a half hour,
Margaret's
20
on.
minutes before I had to get on with Boz's group, and it was like, oh. So we've been shooting clean up a little bit. So I'm sorry if I've missed any messages. We'll get to everybody, but come on in, everybody. Welcome. Hello, I'm Tammy, Journey to Healing.
I'm Lance.
And we are the Journey to Healing right now. And
Yep.
we are on it. We're coming up on the last day of Dr. Boz's 21-day metabolic kick. And I will tell you, it has done just that. It's kicked our butts this time in a good way. The best, this I think has been one of the best groups I've ever had. Everybody got across the finish line and succeeded. Everybody's chemistry is doing phenomenal. Almost everybody had DBRs in the teens. Beginners, even newbies that had DBRs in the teens. So it has just been such a blessing the whole way around. So we are so proud and so happy to be a part of this and hopefully keep everybody's chemistry. I don't want that 21 days to be just the end. Now it's, I hope day 22 and beyond makes it a lifestyle and everybody's good and healthy and we're on this journey together. So come on in, Olivia. You come and check in. Olivia, if anybody hasn't met Olivia, she is our in-house rock star, female rock star.
He was rocking it.
So it is. She's just amazing. So come on in, Liv, and tell everybody how you're doing, what your numbers are doing, and inspire us all.
yeah, so I've been a little off schedule from what y'all are doing just because I was out of town this past weekend at a COSI conference with Dr. Feldman, and it was fantastic. It was really, really good, very informative.
Next year, it's a goal.
Yeah, but one of the things that happens when one isn't prepared well enough, I'll share with you, because I forgot to take my magnesium. And so on the second night, I had a terrible, terrible cramp on my calf. And it was super painful, was sore the next morning. And I thought, I can't go through that again tonight. And you would think that, I've been doing this for so long, for 6 years now, that I wouldn't have cramps anymore, but I still need my electrolytes.
Yep.
So anyway, one of the vendors sold this powder that you could put in your water. It's called Audacious, and it has electrolytes in it. And it also has a little bit of ketones, not very much, not enough that I think would make a difference. But it's sweetened with monk fruit. And I thought, well, maybe one little package isn't going to do anything, but oh my goodness. So I used 2 packages and 2 jugs of water. And during the day I sipped on it. And by the afternoon, because you're sitting there all day long and, in the meetings and lectures and stuff, my ankles were so super swollen. They were more swollen than when I had my second child. And I thought, oh no, my sugar's probably way up. My hands were swollen. It was just awful. I didn't feel great by the end of the day. But anyway, so be prepared when you travel and go places. Take your electrolytes if you use them at home. So anyway, so I didn't think, and I didn't do as well going into this second fast, the second week of my 8-week session, the repeats of the 8-week water fast. And so I started out not doing really good. I don't know if you remember, but last week when I did the water fast, by the 47th hour, I was at a DBR of 4. And this time at the 47th hour, I was only at a DBR of, I think it was 20 something. But anyway, I finished my fast today and I did finish with a DBR of 4. So my body recovered, but yeah, always be prepared if you can be, because it does make a difference.
Olivia, you know we love you and we love to throw you out to help everybody learn from your journey because she's just anybody when you're over in our big group and you reach out and you have problems. Olivia is one that's been through the trenches and she knows the answers to most everything of how to make this a lifestyle. She's part of our team and she travels with us. And I will tell you, this woman is so prepared. So to run out of something, those things matter. Just something as simple as electrolytes and things like that, it matters. You know, you'll find one that works for you and you will find ones that you just have to stay away. Most of it looks harmless, but when you put it in your body and you turn those around and you read the ingredients and inevitably just a little bit of sweetener, a little bit of flavor, a little bit of natural flavor, all of those things, any of those have potential to derail you. So it's one of those things, be mindful of that because when you're traveling and things like that, that's the least time you want to flare up. You know, that's you want your immune system strong while you're sitting in planes and germ boxes and all this stuff. You know, you want to stay on your best behavior and keep those ketones in circulation just to help you as best you can. So Olivia, we're so proud of you and we're glad you're back on course and back home.
And I think also what made a difference, when I first started doing this, I would use the element and I'd use the flavored ones just to kind of transition into eating this way and fasting and whatnot. But it's been many years since I did that. And I just use the salty, unflavored ones because they melt a lot easier than the element unflavored ones. And so my body's just not used to having that anymore. And then I also use the keto
Yeah,
chow.
the one that's really easy to use is the electrolyte drops, and there's no flavors in this one. This is keto chow over on our lifestyle page. These are over there. And you could just use the dropper and you put it in any liquid. Now, some of the powders you got to get them to dissolve and stuff like that. But this one is just a little liquid and you throw it in there. And it's one of those, I'll even just put them on my tongue sometimes and do them straight. It's a funny thing when we met up with Keto Chow down there, if they put them on your tongue and it's like, oh no, it's one of those kind of signs that you don't need it. But when you're really dehydrated and those minerals are depleted, when they put that on your tongue, it will actually be like, oh yeah, that's good. Like it won't bother you. It's so weird how your body will tell you when you need it and when you don't. Who is that? Somebody was asking about the magnesium.
Joan.
This is the one Dr. Boz recommends. It's Mag-Team. I will put it over in our Amazon store. I don't think we've done that yet, but I will get it over on the Amazon store for you under supplements. This is the one she recommends. I just ordered mine, so I haven't taken it yet. So I'm going to get started on it too, because the deeper you get into this, I don't care if you're a beginner or a veteran, you still need that magnesium. You still need the electrolytes. That's never going to change because this is an anti-inflammatory diet. We are forever wringing that inflammation out of the cells. We are forever flushing it, which means we have to replenish those minerals and electrolytes. So it's just do it because the cramps, God love you, Olivia, because those cramps will bring you up out of a bed in a dead sleep and it gets ugly really quick. So thanks for checking in, Liv. Come on in, Kev. Come check in.
Well, Olivia, I don't know if you watched my input this past week, but I got a DBR5. I was disappointed.
Awesome. That's great.
He's pushing on your
It is.
coattails. He's going to share your
Yeah.
cape with you pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
I've really been on a roll. I mean, I've had high for ketones numerous times. I've had 6 and 7s for ketones, and it's just strict adherence to the quote unquote rules, if you will. And then for those of you who don't know, I was bad sick the last 2 days, Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday. I still didn't feel real well when I got up this morning, but I feel pretty good now. But I firmly believe that the low DBRs, the high ketones, is what saved me. And the primary reason is those of us that live here in Northeast Ohio, lots of really bad flu, bad flu. I don't know if that's what I had, but it was over pretty quick, a day and a half, 2 days. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell for me.
Well, Kev, we're glad you're feeling better, and we love having Kevin over in the group. Any of the newbies coming in, just know Kevin and Olivia are both over in our group. If you have questions and you can't get to us, ask them over in that group because those two are on it and they've been through all the struggles that you're going to go through, and everybody can usually pull somebody out of the ditch and help you through a struggle. So good job. Come on in. Who wants to go next? Audrey. Let's listen to Audrey talk.
Yes, I want to listen to Audrey
I
talk.
just love to listen to her talk. So just share anything you want to share, but come on and tell us how you're doing this week.
Sorry,
Give us a win,
I'm muted. I'm here. Hi, everybody. Sorry I was late. I've been outside working. All good. It's better now. Let's put it that way. Beginning of the week, I had the eats. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the house. I could have eaten the fridge. I was just permanently hungry. And I know you say, how much is your fat? My fat was good, but just probably the meals weren't big enough to tide you over. So, yep, got that sorted out. And I'm 100%. I'm just looking at our magnesium here in Australia. No glucose, no gluten, no lactose, artificial colors or flavors, no sweeteners, no preservatives or dairy products. Kind of sounds good to me.
Sounds like a plan.
And I've been taking those. So, yeah. And then I'm also, in my juice, I take electrolytes and I take this thing's called NHN. Supposed to be some long life something. I don't know.
What's your DBRs running, Audrey?
Not good. Ketones of 0.7, finally in ketosis. But the blood sugar was still very high.
What's very high to you? How high is high?
5.9 times 18. So it's like 108.
Okay. So you're still in the triple digits. We got to work on getting that down. So either closing up that eating window.
I am.
Little bit at a time.
Well, this is it. I was going through the worksheet today, what step am I on? And I look at a lot of things, and between my husband and I, we know we're near. So, and I saw it was step 4 or something. This could take, keto adapted. This could take 10 weeks. I'm thinking, yep, we're still on our way.
Right? Absolutely.
I'm not discouraged.
Hey, I will tell you.
Everything else is feeling good.
Sardines jumpstart that process better than I ever gave them credit for.
Absolutely.
As much as I
and that's a good question. Is it too soon for me to do that, or should I?
Nope.
Cool.
Sardines are
because
always
I'm very keen to go, but my husband says no. He doesn't think he can eat sardines. He can't stand the smell.
I will tell you. Here's a little clue. I didn't like them either. They're not my favorite, ever going to be my favorite food, but I love what they do for my chemistry. When I first started, there were times instead of doing sardines all the time, I would mix them with a can of mackerel. So do whatever you can do. Now I can down the sardines. I don't like them, but I can down them. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, one of the pushes that Dr. Boz just had me do in the 21 day, we did the 3-day sardine challenge, and I got to the end of the 3 days, and she's like, your chemistry just needs a little extra help.
I saw that.
And a little extra push, and I went 5 days on the sardines.
Well
and
done,
it has
Fanny.
been the thing that I'm finally making ketones. I finished a fast with a DBR of 22, and you guys know how much my body has struggled. So this was a total win for me. So if I could ever challenge you to try it, it worked for me, my stubborn, broken body. So maybe it would help you.
I would love to try it.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask if it wasn't too soon, but no. Okay, so Monday.
Hey, game on. You got it.
Game on.
Yes, Joe, 22. Can you believe it? As long as I've been fighting and pushing for a DBR, I finished up that fast. And then the cool part is even today, we broke fast yesterday, and my chemistry today, I still had a DBR in 20 something. So I forget what it was, but
I'll check.
I still had a good DBR. And this afternoon, I was still making 3.3 ketones.
Oh, really good.
Yeah. So
really good. Awesome.
It's just, again, when you push, you got to stress it one way or the other. When you find that stress, I'm going to ride it out as long as I can. I'm scared to death to do anything because I don't want to change it.
Yeah, this morning you had a DBR of 22.
22 again today.
Oh, really good. Yeah.
So we're going to ride this wave as long as I can. But good job, Audrey. If you do it, go over in the group and check in. Let me know how you're doing.
So which group is that? Your Journey to Health?
The Healthy Families Begin at Home, the Facebook group. Are you in that group?
I don't know, but I will look now.
I will have Lance get me the link, and we will post it. I'll put it in the chat right now.
Please.
Lance will be sitting here manning it, so he can get you in right away if you want in. We do a morning check-in. Anybody that doesn't know, we do a morning check-in every morning. He puts a post up that at like 6 o'clock in the morning that you check in, put your numbers under every morning. That's how we kind of keep tabs on each other, cheer each other on, help each other, pick each other up when you need it. Hang on, I'm going to the chat right now. There we go. That's the invite into, that's the page for the link for the support group. Come on in. Lance will get you in right now. We do keep it private, but
There's a few questions you
got to
answer.
answer a couple questions, put your email in, and you're right. Lance will get you right in. So welcome, Audrey. Let me know how you do on those sardines. Come on in, Monica. Come and check in.
There's the other rock star.
Right. We're getting so many. I've never had so many people with DBRs below
man.
10.
It's the season.
It is. We're mastering this process. I think that's the part Dr. Boz needs to be proud because we are mastering this process. So come on in, Mon.
I don't feel like a rock star, but thank you.
Seriously,
Numbers like that? Really?
numbers are killing it.
You guys, I'm starving today. I was starving today so badly. Yesterday was so so the first fast, the first 24 hours was terrible. I was like, I thought I was gonna pass out, but I just like went to bed and I'd lie down, right? And then these 24 hours, I was just starving and I wasn't like about to pass out. But today in the between 48 and 52, I wanted to kill somebody and I was like, I don't know that I can do this. What am I doing to myself? I don't feel like a rock star, but thank you.
But the more times you go through that mental process of thinking you're hungry, but knowing that you're not, you'll be okay for the next. You're almost there. You're almost over, and you
Yeah.
almost hit the goal. The more times you go through it, the easier it gets. It really
Yeah.
does.
I hope so. But anyway, Olivia, I had a 5 too.
Monica's those are
Nice.
in-house tapeworm. I think this little thing has a tapeworm because the girl could eat.
If that darn tapeworm is giving me 5s, go ahead.
keep doing it. It's all good.
Yeah, so yeah, today was really, really hard during that 48 to 52. I almost posted something, but I was so busy at work. Work got really busy, and that's what kept me like going.
Excellent.
So I was about to like start cleaning and working or something because I was like, oh my gosh, I something I just could not. And then I had to like talk to my brain, and it was just anyway.
All right.
I guess I'm taking the cape off after you gave it to me. But thank you.
I think Olivia, Kevin, and Monica are just passing it around.
You guys are doing great. I'm so proud of every one of you. So nice work. All right, Sue, looks like are you still in the hospital?
Yes, she is.
Oh, Sue. Come and check in, Sue. Tell us how you're doing. God love you, woman.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes, I am in rehab now. But I went ahead and climbed into bed because my good leg is swelling something terrible tonight, and I don't know why. Just that I've been up more maybe and trying to. I still can't get that stupid leg to move when I'm on the parallel bars. It won't move. It'll move sideways, but it ain't going forward. So I don't know how she says, oh, we'll get it. Okay, if you say so. I have 28th. I got to be out of here by the 28th, and I got to be able to walk. So, but as far as that goes, I'm staying on program as much as I can with the hospital food. Right. Tonight, I had a tuna salad. I cannot tell you exactly what was in it. I know there was boiled egg in it and the tuna and some relish. But other than that, I'm not sure. Probably had mayo in it. But you got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
You got to make the best choice you have at the time, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm here. I'm doing it. Joe's going to bring my testing stuff back to me tomorrow so I can test. I don't even care where I'm at. I just want to know.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, all these new people that, about testing gets in. This is terrible. It gets in your blood.
Yeah,
You're so used to doing it every morning that when you can't do it, you feel lost. So I don't care what it says. I need to see it. I'm still on Tylenol, which we all know is not good, but that's all I'm on for the pain. So we
Good.
will take it a day at a time. I'm just keeping an eye on everybody, and I'm so proud of what all you guys are doing. Wow. Wow,
Oh,
wow.
we got some serious good numbers.
There is.
I know that. That's great. So, but I appreciate it, and I won't take up any more time. I'm here. I'm alive. That's about it.
Well, we'll be
Good.
praying for you, Sue, and we're going to be praying that you're going to be walking sooner than you need to be. So
Yeah,
God's
she
got you on
says
this.
she says it'll happen. Well, let's see.
That's right. Don't let
Okay.
don't let
Yeah.
those numbers get you down either. Just use them for reference right now. Don't let
Right.
that mess with your mind.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that because, well, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I can't get out and exercise and change it, or they ain't gonna let me. I tell you what, if I miss a meal here, they bring it to me. If I tell them I don't want it, they bring it. So today they brought lunch and Joe was here. I said, "You eat it."
There you go.
They gonna make you eat one way or the other. So whatever.
We love you, Sue, and we'll be praying for you.
I
Yep.
love you guys too. I'm just so proud of all these new people doing so good. It's like, whoa, baby, go.
Sue, I
Go.
will tell you.
I'll
Sue,
catch up later.
I just want to tell you, my class over the 21 day, we have newbies with DBRs in the teens.
In the teens.
Oh my gosh.
Newbies.
Wow.
Like complete. It's phenomenal. They've done great. I'm so excited. I said I feel like a little proud mama.
Oh yeah. I think it's great. All right.
All right, we love you, honey.
Take care, dear.
Me
Come on
too.
in. Come on in, Diana. Come and check in our other in-house. We've got so many
We got a lot of people just cranking it.
superstars. Diana, if anybody doesn't know Diana's story, Diana took her kidney function that was close to dialysis, and her kidney function was down to 49. She now has her kidney function up to 110. So that's where most doctors will tell you can't reverse kidney function. Diana proves them all bullshit. Diana proved them all wrong. So come on in, Diana.
Hey, everybody. Sue, it's good to see you. Still praying for you. I'm doing okay. A little tired. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I'm kind of sort of brain dead, but doing all right.
Yeah, you
don't-
you did beat me the other day, but that's all right.
I just had to give you a hard time. You know.
Yeah, but who's keeping score,
I'm not
right?
keeping score.
Then I was confused because I thought it went on Amy's post. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do that, but it's like confusing trying to figure out if you're commenting on the right one.
Oh, you're all good.
Oh, good. Well, Diana, I know you're having a rough time, so you get some rest on, and we'll
Just hang in there and
Hang in.
keep giving yourself some grace.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Just got some unexpected, not so good news from the family, and it'll be all right.
Work through it.
All right.
Hang
God's
tight.
gonna take care of it.
We'll be praying for you. All right, come on in, Linda. Welcome to the group and the tribe and the whole family. You're stuck with us now. Come on in.
Well, yeah, so I just, finished this week my first 72-hour fast ever, water fast. And as inspired as I am by the old, the pros here, I really was encouraged by what Monica said because it was hard. And like I've heard after the 72 hours, like people feel so much energy, and like I didn't. I mean, I was like counting the hours. When can I eat? you know. But it does feel good that I did it, and I know I can do it. And yeah, so my relationship with food, it's just interesting. Like, and my body, like, am I hungry? Because I feel like, I started carnivore, and what I thought was keto, now I know, I wasn't measuring, so I probably wasn't in ketosis. But I started that in September, and, I just did what people in the space said to do. Just eat as much as you want because you're so deprived of nutrition. I didn't eat beef for 50 years.
Yeah.
So I just had so much fun just eating. They said that you can't overeat meat, but now I realize I was, and I gained 10 pounds,
Yeah.
So it's just, being like in that new relationship with food and eating. And am I hungry? No, not really. Okay, so don't eat. And eating more sardines on the days that I can't eat, just because I want to keep um I don't know, some kind of healthy baseline, because I don't want my eating days to just put me back into,
Good,
you
good
know.
thought though. Good process for your brain. I mean,
Yeah.
because I'm doing the same thing. I'm eating a can of sardines before, like tonight. She had pork belly ready for me when I came home. I had a can of sardines before I had my pork belly, just to keep that reminder or that habit going. And it's easier that way.
And I think too, when you learn that relationship of the food, of learning, okay, do I want food or do I need food? And do I need nutrition or do I want something to eat? And learning to decipher those two, that conversation in your own head, that's a huge win. And that's not easy to do. And sometimes I think that takes months. That takes a lot of practice and a lot of applying it. Do I really want something? Oh my gosh, that looks so good. But then you stop and think, it's like, am I even hungry? Okay, if I'm not hungry, then I'm not stimulating insulin one more damn time. I mean, it's just when you start having that conversation in your inside and you start processing through that, it just seems like it helps you simplify the food and start that to correct that relationship with food. So I'm proud of you for noticing that, Linda. I mean, that's come a long way. Now, the one thing I will say with you being that you are a newbie to this process, and Monica's a little different because she is a veteran, but she still has that tapeworm that we're working on with her. So she's got that. But most people, when you're still that hungry, is because we still got to get churn those fat-based hormones, that ghrelin that makes you hungry and the leptin that makes you full. You've got the crash course and crashed into it in that 21-day metabolic kick, which is
Absolutely.
awesome. But that is where now, like that intermediate group that we do, it's just we got to get those hormones working all the time, not just crash coursed in, but now we've got to get them awake, working, and doing their job constantly. So that's where that comes into play. And that will pass because eventually, most people, besides Monica and her tapeworm, most people, as those hormones get working and tighten up that eating window, it starts to carry you and then you're fine. It's no big deal. Like we're normally one meal a day and we're fine. It's not a
It's not a struggle.
it's not a struggle to get there. It's
Oh,
it's easy.
But we've done it. We've repeated the process over and over and over and over again. And we've done. Remember what I said something about the basics back in Dr. Boss's class. I said, you got to stand on those basics. That's your foundation. Repeat those basics for a while and stay consistent in those basics, then
Then
you're
advance.
then you'll find that the one meal a day is easier. You'll find that when you go into a 72, you prep for a 72. There's no just jumping into a 72. You need to prep. You need to get your fat content up heading into a fast that's going to carry you and train your body. Hey, I'm giving you fat right now to fuel on. That way you can, when I go into a fast, you can use my fat to fuel on. You know what I mean? You train that way. So, the more times you do that 72, the better you get at it. And Monica, if you're feeling hungry, don't forget about your minerals. I mean, a lot of people do. They really skimp on their minerals or their salts or their electrolytes. Make sure that you're upping those. I found that this last time that I did the 72, just this week, I pumped my elements up really high. I mean, I put a little bit extra every day in my coffee, in my water, knowing that, hey, I'm fasting. I need those minerals to run on too. So I found it a little easier. I didn't get as hungry as I usually do. Something to throw out there.
Joan
You
has a
know,
good
you know what happened if when I did that last time and I didn't I am taking the salts. Thank you for the good reminder, but just like I just wanted to like if you guys are having like the peep pink problems like I am. So they sent me to the bathroom.
Yep.
So I only, I mean, this is during the fast, and I was like, oh, great. Like, I'm fasting and now I'm going to the bathroom. So I had to stay with I had to stay very basic, like the salts, right? Because I didn't want to go through that again. So I don't know, man. It is such a, but anyway, Linda, I too came from the carnivore space. And it took me 3 months to get fat adapted. So, and I gained 16 pounds in the carnivore.
Thank you for sharing that.
I feel
That's so
way
kind
better.
of you.
I feel extremely better, like night and day difference between the carnivore and this. So, and now I'm like, now my first fast now. I mean, I hit a 5. I thought everybody was getting or we all got single digits, but I mean, that's just encouragement. So it'll get better.
I just need to say, the people that are getting single digits, I'm impressed because that's work. I've never been in the single digits.
Me neither.
As many times as I have done this, I've been in the teens, but never the single digits. And I just want to say kudos because that's awesome. But if you happen to get down to a single digit and you really don't know what you did something awesome. So don't
Yeah.
rinse and repeat. Okay. Not everybody gets single digits.
Joan has a great point over here. As your chemistry goes to move, those of you that are still having those hungers and you're struggling and you want to either chew your arm off or punch somebody in the face, when you accidentally miss a meal, that's when you know your chemistry is starting. So it's making that churn. When it comes lunch, you ate a big, fatty, healthy, good breakfast, and it comes lunchtime and you're like, I'm not even really hungry. And you can have that conversation and say, you know what? I'm not hungry. I'm fine. That's when you know those hormones are working. So, because it's ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin, I remember because it makes you grumbelly, and leptin is the one that makes you feel full. So, learning to, first of all, wake them up and then learning to listen to them. You got to hear inside that hormone saying, hey, I'm truly hungry. Okay, feed me. And then the next one, you lead by fat with the feeding the gremlin. Then in leptin, you got to listen when your body says you're full. We don't have to make happy plates anymore. We're all adults here. We all pay for our own food. We don't have to do what mama said. We can stop eating. When you're the first bite that says I've had enough, stop. So another thing I want to throw in real quick. Does everybody know the little trick with the salt rocks? Does everybody know? These lay on my desk like little geodes or little. These are when you're working and you're getting that hunger pain or just irritable or munchy or you feel a headache coming on or brain fog's kicking in. You just suck the salt rock. It's that simple. Anybody else having gut issues? The other thing that we love, go over on the website. These are energy bits. These are the algae tablets that Dr. Boz is recommending for the gut health. So if anybody's having, we call them the peeps when you don't know if you're peeing or pooping, these help with all that. You never know because and the joke is real. So we can all laugh all we want, but it is so real. The energy bits over on that website, they're not cheap. They are, but I'm having good luck with them myself for that problem. You make sure you use our code, that Journey to Keto or Journey to Healing. You have to look on the page and see which one it is, but it will help you. Audrey, you got a question?
We can't get those in Australia.
Can't you, Billy?
Man.
No, and you guys don't, Dr. Boz's site and your site don't ship to Oz. So we look for things over here.
Well, if you ever need a goodie bag, we could get them for you and ship them to you.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
keep that. But they are a great little tool to just use.
Yeah.
Up the salt. And Kevin's been in this, you guys know, Kevin's done this for 3 years now with us and trying to get people to change that mindset of I need the extra salt. It's good salt. We're not talking crappy salt. We're talking a good salt. That is a hard mindset to change because we've all had that beat in our heads of if you have a heart issue, you don't have the salt. We still need salt. I've had a heart attack. I still have salt. I still suck the rock.
I will go with Monica but when you're fasting, if you grab too much salt too quickly,
it'll go straight through you.
It will go straight through you and make you run. I mean, it really will. You have to have that fine balance. You have to increase a little bit at a time, get it up there in incremental things. I'm pretty good at getting my salt in me all the time, so I know what is a little too much and what's not enough. But you have to test that boundary every now and then. And as your chemistry changes, as your body changes, you may need more than you normally do. So depends on what you're doing, what, the weather's doing, a whole bunch of different factors. But just keep that in mind when you don't feel good or you're lacking a little bit of energy or something. Don't go to your salt first, and that'll tell you what's really going on.
Yep. Absolutely. Now, the salt too is something that will adjust as your body does it, but sometimes you're going to need more and sometimes you'll need less. Listen to your body. It will kind of tell you if you're still having headaches, you're still having cramps, it's not enough, but you have to up that as your kidneys can process it.
Yeah.
So just be mindful of that. It's not a one size fits all. You can't say I need a teaspoon of salt every day. Nope. He runs miles a day. I sit on my butt all day doing this. So what I need and he needs is totally two different things. That's individual for each person. The one I just put over there nope, that ain't it. Hang on.
Just put something in the chat.
Put the LinkedIn.
Did you see I sent my stuff through for the Facebook page?
Did you?
I'll go check it.
Let
Hang on
him-
1 second.
It
He's
says
the
pending.
He's the gatekeeper over there. So
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a lifestyle one. If you want the energy bits, if anybody is having bowel problems, though peeps, you don't know if you're peeing or pooping kind of thing, all that, working on that gut health. First case scenario, I would always say for gut health is the homemade bone broth. You will always hear me repeat that. It has worked miracles on myself and my family and everybody in our groups. Homemade bone broth, it is so much better. It's cheap, easy. It takes time. It's time consuming and it makes a mess of your stove for a couple days. But I put it on the stove, let it brew for 4 or 5 days. The bones will crumble. All that nutrition is in the broth. Strain it off and you're good to go. So if not,
that was awesome. The
other new salt you want, the Baja Gold. Are you talking?
Baja Gold and Redmond's.
Baja Gold over there is a nice new flavor and it has like a flake to it that is so good on steaks. I did ribeyes last week and put them in. So lifestyle one that we just put over there has Baja Gold on it and Redmond's, but right now Baja Gold is being a little craving.
Yeah, two things just so everybody knows, there are two different salts. They have two different mineral contents. They come from two different places on the earth. The Redmond's real salt is a mined salt that comes from the ground. Baja Gold salt comes from the Sea of Cortez, and it's an actual ancient sea salt. So they take seawater, bring it up onto land, let it dry out, and scoop the salt off of it. So there's two different ways that you're getting the kind of salt that you need. Different mineral content as well. So coming from different parts of the world, you're getting different mineral contents. So I wouldn't say one's better than the other.
They're just different.
They're just different. Baja Gold is really good in drinks. It dissolves really quick and really, you don't see it in the bottom of your cup. Redmond's, you'll see some grains in the bottom of your cup. So it's just a little bit of difference.
The other one with Baja, when you see the mineral content, Baja costs a little bit more, but the mineral content seems to be higher in the Baja Gold. So it's kind of a trade-off, but the coupon code for Baja Gold is Journey to Keto, all one word. And that will save you some money on the Baja Gold. So
that Baja Gold is good stuff.
It is. It's good. So.
And Audrey, you are in the Facebook group.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anybody else that needed in tonight? Is everybody else good?
There were two kinds of Baja Gold when I got on their site.
There should be a
One's
natural.
like ground and
natural.
I'm just getting on their site. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Yes, there is two.
And there's different grains, different things.
Oh.
I like the bigger coarse grind for steaks and stuff like that. But when he's putting it like in his coffee or water or something like that, the finer stuff is always nice.
The Baja Gold we have right now is the natural grain, they call it, or something like that.
Yeah, but both very good. I do have their bath soak is great. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Nice reminder. Their bath soak, and they have a liquid. Like a liquid electrolyte Soleil water. It is really good too. Another one, no flavor, no nothing in it. You just put a squirt in a liquid if you don't want to wait for it to dissolve. Those are great too. So lots of options. Everybody should be able to find an option that works for you. Redmond's good, Baja's good. We use LMNT on the run. It's a good flavor thing, but it's not okay in our fast. So we get away from it because it's too sweet. The other Keto Chow is the other one is no flavor, no nothing in it. So this is another easy one to grab. and put in your
They
stuff.
got that. Was it the electrolyte drops?
Mhm.
And then they have the other one too, the minerals,
Yeah.
mineral drops. Daily minerals.
Daily minerals.
Yep.
So
Keto Chow has a couple of them, and
keto, yeah.
and that's over on our website as well.
Yep. So
And Baja salt's not cheap, is it?
No, it's not.
it's not cheap, but I'm telling you, you don't need a
Neither-
whole
It's
lot.
so worth it.
But
It
neither,
is.
neither Redmond's. I mean, none of this stuff is cheap. But when you do it, you don't use as much of it as you think you do.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's Baja Gold's pretty potent.
It's potent. But it here's the other way I look at it. All the money that we are saving, but not buying the crap. We're not buying the snacks. We're not buying all the extra
That's
food.
it. You're paying for your health.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We invest in our health. So
Yep.
we take that money that we used to spend on snacks and all the different things, we apply that to good, healthy meat, good, healthy minerals, the things that we do need. So we're buying the best quality we can afford. It's not always perfect, but we do the best you can do. But I will say, as much as long as we've done this is the least budgeted grocery money I've ever spent in my life.
Well,
So
I
it's-
went into the store the other day and it's like 4 or 5 things in my trolley, and I kind of, okay, I've missed something. No,
Nope.
Nope.
I will tell you
buy
guys,
the other stuff.
we do not even grocery shop anymore. We have
Yeah,
a
you said
butcher.
you did it online. Yeah.
Yep, the butcher is right down the road. We go grab our meat, and I have Aldi's deliver my butter. I mean, cheeses, anything like that gets delivered to my doorstep. We do not even have to go in a store and make a decision, because you don't want to go in hungry. Then you're looking at, oh, I might need this, or oh, I might need that. You make a conscious decision when you're in a good frame of mind. You build your grocery cart in the app and you say repeat. It's like, I know I can buy my groceries for $124, and
I don't have that luxury out here.
it is so nice. So it's
no
one of those,
deliveries.
Oh man.
I'm getting spoiled because I never dreamed we'd have it in our little hick town either, but they deliver from
Yeah.
town over to us, so it's kind of
Yeah.
nice. So
And her husband delivers when she, gives me the, hey, can you stop and get?
well, it's that honey-do list he whips out. He's got to burn some
That's
people.
it.
Come
What
on,
you got,
Diana.
What's the difference between the on the keto chow? What's the difference between the electrolytes and the minerals?
Let me read. If I'm not too blind and old, I can read the ingredients to you.
Well, I mean, I
You
didn't
can read
know
the
for sure.
ingredients.
I was going to get some. I didn't know for sure which one to get.
Yeah, I have to get the. All right, let's see.
Magnesium, magnesium, potassium in this one. Right there.
No, it's
I see magnesium. I see copper. I see it just has more minerals. This is just
Yeah,
simple, like fasting drops for just your
your daily minerals.
That's the electrolyte one. I can't see which one it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, magnesium, boron, copper,
This one just has all of
iodine,
it.
chromium, potassium, zinc, manganese. There's a lot of different minerals in the daily minerals.
It has iodine in it.
Mhm.
So you wouldn't have to take regular iodine.
Hey.
Yeah.
Doesn't have very much though.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
does
say you got to look at the percentages or what it has in it.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to check in? Any questions? Anything we haven't answered for anybody?
Margaret was down there
Was
too. I don't know if she wanted to check in.
Margaret, did you check in? I got too many classes in my head. Come on in, check in, Margaret. Sorry.
Hi, no, that's okay. I was just watching everyone. What I can say is I agree with Monica and Linda about being so hungry on the 3-day fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, by the day 3, I woke up, it was okay. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have
Hey.
to try doing it a few times and get used to it.
Yep.
So,
And you do it for a while until you get to where you need to be. And you might do it in stages. I mean, Tam and I are going for full force. We're going for eight weeks in a row. We're
Yeah.
going to lay it down pretty hard, but you have to see where it fits in for you and what it fits in for your goals.
yeah.
So
And
Now, are
Margaret,
you doing it the Facebook group too? Are you announcing we're going to do 3 days?
Oh, yeah.
for 8
yep, we
weeks?
share that over in the Facebook group
Okay.
too. Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
just know, Margaret, even
that.
though we crash coursed you in that 21 day and we pushed you through that, your body can do it. You've done the work, you've made the ketones and everything like that. Now we're gonna, now you back up a little bit and we got to get those fat-based hormones working. It's the
Yeah.
same speech of that's what will take time. that you'll get there. You don't jump ship. We got to keep working it to get those hormones working.
And that's one thing I will say to the people coming out of a 21-day course. You just got a crash course
You
in
did.
this whole lifestyle in 21 days. You got it jammed down your throat. Now you got to kind of, like she said, you got to kind of back up. You need to reset your system and set your system on the first couple days there and rinse and repeat those couple days to
Yeah.
build on.
I've been
You
trying to
got
get my footing, wondering,
Come up
well,
here,
what am
buddy.
I going to do next? What you said is a
You're gonna come
crash
up here?
course. That is what it
Are you
felt
gonna
like.
come up here?
yeah,
So I'm
your
wondering,
next
what am I going to do now?
Your next
So
step would be probably to keep your carbs as low as possible and concentrate on your fat content.
Yeah.
Get your fat content correct as per chronometer and keep doing that on a consistent basis. And then your body will go into the next step. Whether I don't know if you're 2 meals a day, 1 meal a day,
I try to do 2.
okay,
Sometimes
so
it's
you're at,
2 and a little something at night because I didn't want to go to bed hungry and it wakes me up.
okay.
Yep.
So that's where you are. Realize where you are, but in each of those meals, I would make sure that I'm trying to hit as many fat macros as I can, getting as much fat as I can with the least amount of carbs I can. And just need to continue on that until you get to the point where, hey, I don't really need that second meal, or I don't need to eat before I go to bed. It'll be okay. You know what I mean? As your fat builds up and your body says, hey, I'm full, I'm good, you'll
Yeah.
build those blocks. And that's one thing we do here. We make sure that we build the foundation correctly, because you need to stand on that foundation your whole journey. So you will trip and fall, you will fall off the wagon into the ditch, you'll roll around a couple times, but then you'll pick yourself back up, stand back down on your foundation, and go again. So
Yeah. That's one thing I learned is that I was doing carnivore and I gained weight, just like
yep.
what somebody else was saying too. And I'm like, well, what am I doing wrong? This is supposed to be the right thing to do. I was eating way too much protein and not enough fat.
Yeah.
Even if I
Yep.
was adding butter to this or that, it still wasn't enough because I was having so much protein.
That is so easy to do with carnivore, and that's the difference of carnivore and doing true nutritional ketosis. I mean, those are the kind of things that when you learn that chemistry shift, it's not about just eating all the meat. And again, that just feeds that addiction in our brain of, I keep saying, if 4.5 ounces of sardines filled me up just fine, I probably don't need a 22-ounce ribeye.
Yeah.
And
For
when
me,
you-
it's I get a little bit stressed. I get social anxieties, put it that way. And so, that little piece of cheese, or someone left something on the table, I'll have a piece of that. And I have a bad habit of doing that.
Oh yeah.
So I
And
recognized it
you're
majorly.
talking
No,
you're
I
talking
can't.
to the king of overeating. I can put it down.
You can't fill this man up.
But I think my biggest realization with this is portion control and portion size. And I'm okay. If I have a little bit, I'm okay. Move on.
Yeah.
So I mean
And that's a hard mindset to break.
that's a huge mindset. I mean, it is.
And the snacking, that's another thing that's really hard. And it breaks my heart for him because you watch him, it's like if he opens the fridge for anything, he's going to grab a snack. And that's a hard habit to break for him. That it's
I'm
not
better
just
now.
it's not just that he's being, just gluttony and doing it. Like it's a hard habit to not do every time he walks in the kitchen. And you watch him struggle. And when you see those kind of struggles, it's like those go back to your childhood.
Those are ingrained. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Those are long-term
Well,
habits that you got to change.
and one thing too, Margaret, is we're asking everybody to change their behavior, and you can't change that overnight.
Right.
Right.
It's a
That's
slow
very true.
process. You can rush through it, but you'll probably fall back a little bit. You just keep plugging away at it, plugging away, and eventually your
Well,
behavior
that's
will
why
change.
being in the group I found is so important. I finally learned that you being around other people who are trying to do the same thing, and it's really very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird when you first start out and no one around you is doing it. Then you find out there's a whole bunch of us out here.
Yep.
And this is, to me, this is the only way to really get through. I'm lucky that I have Lance and Tammy. Some days I'll blow up Tammy's phone asking her questions, but most of the time I'm in the group.
Yep.
We've all tried to do it alone. I think all of us have fought this whole Zoom thing and the whole community thing and the Facebook thing and all of that, and we all fight it. It's like, I got this, I can do this. And I will tell you, the people, and I've had hundreds of people now through the courses, through my coaching platform, all of that. And I will tell you, the people that succeed, that make it last, are the people that show up right here.
That stay in contact,
Yeah.
stay engaged, stay somewhere on
Even if
on
it's
their journey.
just typing your numbers in every morning over in the group, and you're going to see somebody, like you're going to hear, Diana's having a struggle right now. She was a rock star a few weeks ago. She's still a rock star, but she was, leading the pack a few weeks ago, and now she's struggling. So all of us that she just cheered on, now all of us can go cheer her on and pull her along while she's having a struggle. And it just becomes a family that we all try to fight it. And don't fight it.
I mean,
Save the hassle and come in.
here's one example. I mean, if you're on Zoom, you can see, but Joanne Potter, she is here every week. She
From work.
doesn't come on from camera, but she's in the chat. She listens at work. She's on the Facebook page every morning, posts her numbers. It doesn't matter if she's got good numbers, bad numbers. It doesn't matter. She is doing the work and she's getting changes and they're coming. Her numbers are getting better. She's learning. She's learning how to do this the way that she can. I mean, but she shows up everywhere, and that's what it takes.
It does. That's what's going to heal your brain. It sounds like you're just playing cheerleader for everybody else, but it's like that is where that neural pathway is going to change in your brain. Or you stay in your old habits. You do. You really do. We love
I
y'all.
wanted to say, I'm sorry if I came off negative with the fast. I think
No, you're fine. You're hungry.
today was my worst freak out session, like 48 to 55 hours. I was counting and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can make this. And on top of that, I had a dream that I don't even like candy. Like, I'm a foodie. I will eat everything but candy, right? And I was eating candy in my dreams. So that was so scary, right? But the one thing I have to say is that when the hunger goes away, I mean, to all of you guys that don't know me, I am fairly young. I'm like 46 years old. There is no way I should not have brain like the type of brain fog that you don't know where you put your keys. You have them here, and then all of a sudden you put them down. It was ridiculous. Like I couldn't remember what I had just opened in my computer. And also like the fatigue is incredibly it was just tampering my lifestyle and my life. And so with the fasts, when I'm done freaking out of being so hungry, I have so much mental clarity. The plantar fasciitis that I have now, it's gone. And the fatigue, I mean, I'm walking 4 miles during the fast. So that tells you everything. Like, and this is why I'm doing this as a second round. So I'm sorry if I came off negative, but it's so worth it. And I know it sucks like during those 4 hours of being hungry, but my gosh, I totally recommend it. So the benefits are definitely worth it. So I just wanted to bring that up and just
You didn't come off negative, but
It's real.
But it's real. I mean, the 72-hour fast is not. It's not easy. I'm just going to throw it out there. It is not easy. It is hard. That is why very few people do it. But it is so worth it on the end, and that's what you're saying. But yeah, it's rough. I have the same thing. The first day and a half, 2 days, I'm cool. Come that second, the end of the second, the beginning of the third, I'm kind of grumpy because I won't want to eat too. So no, you're all good, Monica.
Monica, I will throw another little thing out of there I know some of you haven't taken the brains course yet, but in that brains course, Dr. Boz talks about the addictions in your brain. Part of that addiction in your brain is when you're dreaming about the food or the cravings. That is the addiction in your brain. If you are still, she'll talk about an alcoholic, and an alcoholic, even after they quit drinking, will still have dreams of alcohol. That's that addiction in the brain. So that is where sleep is so important, getting that deep sleep and figuring out where you're at and what you're dreaming about. That is huge, but it speaks volumes. You're not just dealing with your chemistry, you're dealing with addictions in your brain if you're still dreaming about eating candy. So it's one of those things, and you don't even like candy. So be mindful of that, but that speaks volumes on the mental game that you're playing of your brain is still addicted to old ways of eating. So it's one of those, you'll work through that.
Oh, you guys, and I have to say that I told Kevin this. I said the things that I'm sharing lately, but I literally have to talk to my brain and I have to tell it that I'm in a safe space and that this is just temporary and that I'm not gonna die. Literally. Because praying was just not working. And I'm like, okay, dear God, what do I have to do? And I was just like, okay, you know what, brain? We're gonna have a talk. And so that helped a lot. And so yeah, it is for me, it is such a mental, like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, probably. And
Yep.
You're changing behavior.
Yeah, come on in, Liv. What you got?
Well, just a little note for Monica, and I think Linda said she experienced that as well during her 72. One of the things that helped me and when I first started doing them was, if the salt and the electrolytes didn't help, and I still felt like super hungry and I was getting irritable, and it just didn't help. Then I would take half a tablespoon or even a tablespoon of butter and put some Redmond salt on it. And it's just very soothing and it gives you a little bit of energy and it does not increase your insulin or and glucose that much at all. And but it's just something that helps you transition on into the 72 hours and it's kind of helpful. And you may only have to do it a few times. I don't do it anymore. It's been a very, very long time since I did, but it is helpful. It kind of calms things down a little bit. So.
That would be a little bit of
tools.
a part of that failing forward type thing. It's not really necessarily a fail, but you're teaching your body to get to a certain point. And if you have to use a small tool like that, something minimal like that may get you over the hump or get you a couple times to where you need to be.
And according to Dr. Berry and other influencers, it does not break your fast because it doesn't increase your insulin and glucose that much.
Good deal.
Yep. Any questions? Anything we didn't cover? Any questions over there?
Nope, YouTube's quiet tonight.
Quiet
I
on
have a
you.
question about the butter thing that Olivia was just talking about. I got a horrible headache on that second day of the fast.
Salt and
Would
water.
that be something, because I do that before I go to bed, if I feel like I'm going to be hungry in the middle of the night, it's usually butter. Would that be something to do so I don't wake up with that horrible headache and I'm awake for a few hours?
Headaches are usually not from needing fat. Hunger is from needing fat, but headache is usually water and minerals and electrolytes.
Well, you can only drink so much because then you have to get up to go pee, so you're awake.
Then go to your salt rocks and put some salt rocks under if you got little granules even, just put them under your tongue. Get the salt up, and that is usually the reason for a headache.
Yeah.
Either dehydration or
that's what I would lean towards too, is you're getting dehydrated.
now
So
if you're waking up wanting to chew your arm off, then butter would probably be your best bet.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, guys? Everybody good? All right. We will be over in the group this weekend and trying to get caught up. I know we got a lot of stuff, a lot of questions, a lot of people. If you've texted me, needed anything that I haven't responded, please resend it because it's about 400 messages down on my feed. Please let me know how I can help and what you need. Anybody wanting in next week's classes, journeytoketo.com, you can sign in. And if not, we will see the 21 day people tomorrow for our last class and we'll see everybody. Somebody else over in the